So apparently Donald Trump's shooter met with the feds. I'm like, this stuff just keeps getting crazier. How far deep down the rabbit hole does it go at this point? But anyways, we're here to get into this. Shout out to everybody watching this video. Thank you. If you're new here, welcome to the King Squad. Definitely be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate your support. And I will be giving my thoughts and commentary periodically throughout the video, but more so on the back end. So stay tuned for that. Let's go.
And he meets Thomas Crooks, the assassin and Joe Biden donor who donated to a left-wing Get Out the Vote organization on the date of Joe Biden's inauguration, who went to Allegheny Community College, who's 20 years old, whose parents are counselors, and that's about all. He appeared in a BlackRock ad, and then we know nothing else about him. No social media footprint, no photos of him online other than his driver's license photo here, and no manifestos, nothing. Just a blank slate. Isn't that convenient? Isn't that convenient that somebody who's such a blank slate would have the capacity to elude the Secret Service, get into a prone sniper position, and take 7 shots, based on all available data, at the president, murdering one of the president's supporters and nearly murdering the president, lodging a bullet through his head, in a miracle that Trump lived.
So that right there, just jumping in immediately, that's the kind of thing that makes me way more suspicious about everything going on right now. Because we're living in a day and age where everybody has a cell phone, okay? Everybody's got one of these. Everybody's recording everything and showing everything. And for him to just, be this mysterious guy, but he was bold enough to sit here and try to assassinate our next president, I would think that he was bold enough to put his bold opinions and thoughts about the president online. So you would think. So somehow this was either set up or this was premeditated for a long time. It just keeps, like I stated before, the rabbit hole just keeps going deeper. So let's get back into this video.
And then sending 2 other Patriots, MAGA supporters, to the hospital. How did this 20-year-old elude the greatest protection agency in the world? Well, people are beginning to ask very odd questions about the history of Thomas Crooks, because it seems like he has a little more of a complicated past than we thought. The government wants you to think that he's just acting alone, the lone assassin, political motivation. Well, if that's the case, then somebody's going to have to answer some really tough questions, like why were there people who work right next to the FBI visiting Thomas Crooks' home a dozen times over the last year? So, can somebody please explain that? If that seems shocking to you, let me introduce you to the oversight project here of the Heritage Foundation. Assassination info drop. We found the assassin's connections through our in-depth analysis of mobile ad data and tracked the movement of Crooks and his associates. To do this, we tracked devices that regularly visited both Crooks' home and his place of work and followed them. Oh my. What did we find out? We found out that Thomas Crooks was regularly visited at his work and also at his home, a building in Washington, D.C., located in Gallery Place. This is the same vicinity as the FBI. Whose device is this? Somebody who visited Crooks' home and work was also in D.C., right here, in a place called Gallery Place. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Washington, D.C., let me show you. This is Gallery Place, Chinatown. This is the metro stop right here. Green, red, and yellow line. Here's Capital One Arena, where sports teams play, like the hockey team, right? Here's the National Portrait Gallery. This is a Smithsonian. And right here is the FBI. Well, this is strange. That's just like probably a 2-minute walk from right there to right here. It's a block and a half away. Seems really close to the FBI. Not trying to jump to any conclusions here, but this location right here is exactly where you'd set up a meeting if you were the FBI, if you wanted it to be close to your office, and if you wanted to speak with the Trump assassin. That's very strange. So let's continue. Another device linked to Crooks visited Plymouth, Massachusetts. Wow. Why would they visit there? We found a device linked to crooks that traveled to Butler, Pennsylvania on July 4th and July 8th. The device stopped all activity on July 12th, the day before July 13th, which would be the assassination date for Trump. So this device was scouting out the location, clearly, to kill Trump. On August 30th, the device linked to crooks visited Allegheny Arms, where he bought the ammunition to kill President Trump. Here, the relevant locations within Bethel Park, Pennsylvania are both and all linked to Crooks' home and place of work. You can see his school, his work location, home location, Allegheny Arms and gun works. Well. For those who are tracking this type of data, we identified devices that were located at Crooks' home or at his work within the past year. There are at least 9 devices linked to these IDs. We're willing to cooperate with legitimate investigations for further information. We protect the whistleblowers of our investigation will not be shared further information with Congressional Task Force due to the connective tissue between that entity and FBI and U.S. Secret Service. If you have further information. So wait a second. So somebody who regularly visited Crooks and his home and his work also visited a building in Washington, D.C. What is this exactly? Really, really strange. Mobile data reveals somebody regularly visited Thomas Crooks, also visited a building near the FBI office. Worth asking some questions here. Why are we getting more information from the Heritage Foundation than we are from our own FBI or our own Secret Service director, Kimberly Cheadle, who just lied for 5 straight hours on the dais in Congress? A person who regularly visited Trump assassin's home, pinged by a cell tower within 500 meters from the FBI headquarters a year before the assassination attempt. What does this device belong to? Did the FBI meet with this person? Geofencing Thomas Crooks' home, you're able to track the phones that visited him. Crucial work because we cannot rely on the FBI to conduct the investigation. I witnessed firsthand how the FBI headquarters in Washington, D.C. protected foreign nationals who control American election software and sent out our election data overseas. They prefer to have geopolitical rivals managing America's election administration. The FBI operates as a political hoax machine aligned with the Democrats and the establishment. Truth transparency will only come from private citizens, and whistleblowers so important. The plot thickens, says Dinesh D'Souza. The FBI has some explaining to do, says Kyle Becker. Another device associated with Crooks, detected in Massachusetts, and it stopped all activity on July 12th. Well, what do you know? Turned off his phone. Sneaky bastard. Really, really quite alarming. Who are these devices? You know, the federal government knows, actually. Interesting. Heritage Foundation conducting a parallel investigation of the Trump assassin. Already more transparency than what the FBI is telling us. That's exactly right, says Mike Benz. Man, we are in crazy times. I think that the reason the Secret Service director has not resigned is because something horrible has happened to Joe Biden, and you wouldn't be able to get an appointment for a new Secret Service director out of the way. Of course, you could have like interim directors and stuff, but with Joe Biden, you wouldn't be able to get a new Secret Service director appointed because Joe Biden is incapacitated completely right now. This is why you haven't seen him in a week. Have you seen Joe Biden? Can somebody post a photo of Joe Biden holding up a newspaper with like today's date on it? This is incredible. There's a guy named Eli Crane. He's a Navy SEAL sniper from way back in the day, Afghanistan, Iraq. And he knows a thing or two about taking shots, let's just say, and how to do some proper sniping. And here he is on the rooftop where Thomas Crooks was able to get his shots off, saying, yeah, guys, like anybody could have taken this guy out, and they didn't. So why?
Up here on the building where the supposed sniper took his shot, it's not that steep at all. We just had a 70-year-old man back here climb up on the roof easily. See that water tower behind me? Had Secret Service or anybody had sniper teams up there, this guy wouldn't have made it. 5 feet up this roof. he would have been taken out. Behind me, you see the windows that Secret Service was supposedly in the second floor of this building behind. Makes you wonder why they weren't able to quickly dispatch the individual. And then behind me, back over here where those red roofs are, that's where the stage was set up. That's where the president was giving his speech from. A lot of questions here in Butler, but we look forward to doing oversight and getting to the bottom of it and making sure it never happens again.
Incredible. Look at this. Look at this video that he posted. This is the video from Eli Crane, and it shows the sniper nest for the Secret Service.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody who's working with the assassin. Would not be surprised. I mean, that's what it's looking like. That's what it's looking like, that this was an inside job. It appears that, okay, how do we take out Trump? Okay, well, we got this one guy and he's ready to do anything. So we'll just use him and then we can just cover up everything, have the guy turn his phone off, that kind of stuff. I mean, that's what it's looking like. This is the evidence presented before us. That's what I'm being led to think. With everything that I'm seeing and everything that we've saw so far regarding this entire thing, you know, it still doesn't make sense how you have these people who are in this position of power, the Secret Service director and the Secret Service, who've been doing this job for how many years? Okay, being paid what they are being paid, doing drills and being trained for stuff like this, and then some kid just gets a rifle and gets bold one day and decides to sit here and take out our future president. It just doesn't make sense. So comment down below what you guys think about that.
So this was allegedly where the Secret Service was, and this was the rooftop that Tom's crooks crawled across. Army crawled for like 30 minutes. They had eyes on him for like an hour. And he crawled across this roof and got into position to shoot President Trump. It's President Trump, obviously, right there by the Red Barns. If you're even remotely familiar with the assassination video, you can see, you know exactly where these Red Barns are. Here, ladies and gentlemen, we'll play the original video. So you can see there, that's where he sat with his firearm, and you have the Red Barns right there, and this is the view from the Secret Service.
Wow. To
shoot at him. Why didn't they shoot? Why the hell would you can't get an easier shot? It's like duck hunt. What are you doing? What's going on here? That's really, really creepy stuff. This is the clip of the day. Marjorie Taylor Greene asking the real questions here. Is there a conspiracy to kill President Trump in the federal government? Who gave the stand down order? Oh, baby. Here it is. Here it is. Creepy new information. Got to have these questions asked and answered. See ya.
No, you knew that everyone knew. The people there knew that there was a danger. They knew there was a threat to President Trump, and it was allowed to happen. Was there a stand-down order, Ms. Cheadle? No. Was there a conspiracy to kill President Trump?
Absolutely not.
Then how did this happen? And why are you still sitting here not turning in your letter of resignation?
Last question, but please answer, and then I'll recognize Ms. Presley. Please answer the question.
That is what we are investigating to determine.
We're waiting for your letter. We're waiting for your letter of resignation, and you really need to consider doing that before you leave today.
Chair, now recognize Ms. Presley.
Yeah, it's been absolutely crazy. So, yeah, with everything that's been going on, you know, I do believe that the Secret Service director, she definitely did hand in her letter of resignation, if I'm not mistaken. And I was really just blown away at the fact that all this was able to happen. And then how clueless the Secret Service director was. Okay. And then she's being grilled by all the officials up on that board and everything. And she has no answers for these questions. She's supposed to be proactive. We're actively investigating this right now. And no, I did reach out to this team and I did visit the site. She didn't do any of that kind of stuff. And I'm like, why are you so relaxed about, you realize like the president got shot, right? Why are you so calm, cool, and collective? And you're not, I would just imagine that she'd be more serious about the situation. She would really embrace the severity of the situation. That's what I was really looking for, and I just wasn't seeing it. And that's all the more reason why she just has to be replaced and fired, honestly, because it's just unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And this all ties in with all the more why we're not respected as a country. And then we couldn't even protect our future president. So how can we protect the American people? Who is running the country? Who's in charge? These are all questions that I just have when I see stuff like this, because, you know, it's a snowball effect in my eyes. It starts with this and then it turns into something else. And then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And now everybody's affected. OK, and God forbid that all this stuff happened to Trump. Then, you know, who would be the president? You know, so it's just so many factors that go into this. So that's all for this video, you guys. I will see you in the next one. Definitely comment down below what you guys think. And if you have not yet liked the video, definitely like the video, you guys. Really helps the channel get out there so more people can be exposed to the truth and enjoy this content just like you right now. So shout out to all the channel members and shout out to the King Squad. You guys are the bomb.com. I hope everyone's having a blessed and prosperous day. Okay, drink your water, take a walk, and go make some money legally, of course. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.